And on last night, Senate pledges to end illegal mining in Nigeria. Federal government excludes federal tertiary institutions from IPPIS. Plus, INEC assures of credible governorship election in Ondo, while on the foreign scene, 36 die as bus plunges into Himalayan jog in India. Good evening and many thanks for joining us on the Major Report. I am Olubunmi Ajiboye Agbola. First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Remi Tinubu, and National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu will spearhead a national prayer session aimed at addressing Nigeria's numerous challenges. The initiative, coordinated with Christian and Muslim religious leaders, seeks divine intervention for the country's social, economic, and security issues under the theme Seeking the Intervention of God in Nigeria's Affairs. The Director General of the National Prayer Forum, Chief Segun Balogun Afolorunekan, announced the event in Abuja, emphasizing the importance of unity in overcoming Nigeria's crisis. According to him, the interfaith gathering signifies a collective response with hopes of fostering resilience among citizens and inspiring leaders to find lasting solutions to the nation's ability. He said the prayer sessions will take place over a week, with Muslims congregating at the National Mosque, where 313 participants will recite the Quran, totaling 2,191 recitations dedicated to national peace. He also emphasized that Christians at the same time will gather at the National Inumiko Center with prayer warriors from various denominations focusing on Nigeria's ongoing adversities. Organizers hope the prayer sessions will inspire a renewed sense of purpose and stability as Nigeria moves towards 2025. Osun State House of Assembly has passed the State Lotteries and Gaming Establishment Bill 2024 and the Osun State Estate Agency Regulatory Authority Establishment Bill 2024 into law. Addressing the plenary, Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Honorable Adewale Egbedun, said that the law will help to strike a balance between the entertainment value of lotteries and gaming among the residents of the state. Parliamentary reporter Oluwatosin Oladokun has more.
The sitting began after a motion for commencement and adoption of the vote and proceedings was moved by the majority leader of the House, Honorable Babajide Kuforola, and seconded by Honorable Adesina Rabiu. Osun State Lotteries and Gaming, which has also been passed into law, will help to strike a delicate balance between the entertainment values of lotteries and gaming among the residents of Osun State by promoting responsible gaming practices and safeguarding of vulnerable individuals from potential harm, according to the bill authored and sponsored by the Speaker of the House, Honorable Adewale Egbedun. It will also create a solid legal framework and will address the evolving landscape of gaming activities as seen across the globe, while safeguarding the interests of all stakeholders in the gaming and lottery value chain, especially the minors. Earlier, the Chairman House Committee on Commerce, Industry, Cooperative and Empowerment, Honorable Sonme Abrewi, had presented a report on Osun State Lotteries and Gaming Establishment B 2024. Honorable Areria's report recommends that all the corrections made in the bill from the title to clause 101 to the schedule should be adopted, and after which the House considered the report accordingly.
The third reading of Osun State Lotteries and Gaming Establishment Bill 2024 and the final passage of the bill. The final copy of the bill will be due course and forwarded to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke.
In the course of the plenary, the Chairman House Committee on Lands, Physical Planning and Urban Development, Honorable Lawrence Adeoti, presented the report on Osun State Estate Agency Regulatory Board Establishment B 2024, just as the report observes some 13th adjustment on clause 40, and after the adoption and presentation of the report, the bill was passed into law.
Thereafter, this report be quickly adopted in order for the bill to be given accelerated passages.
Also, Osun State House Assembly Speaker Honorable Adewale Egbedun acknowledged and read a letter received from Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke seeking the House of Assembly approval for the establishment of Osun State Drug Medical Supplies Agency B. 2024. According to Honorable Adewale Egwedon, the introduced bill, when passed into law, will pave way for the establishment of Osun State Drug Medical Supplies Agency, with the central aspiration of ensuring quality and affordable drugs for all and sundry.
Medical Supplies Management Agency Establishment Bill 2024. I wish to inform you that the aforementioned bill has been processed and is now ready for the review and passage into law. The purpose of the bill is to establish Osun State Drugs and Medical Supplies Management Agency, which shall be saddled with the responsibility of ensuring the provision of high quality and affordable health commodities in our health facilities.
Oluwatosin Oladokun, OSBC News.
The Nigerian Senate has vowed to eliminate illegal mining activities that have been depriving the federal government of significant revenue and contributing to food and physical insecurity across the country. The Senate also aims to establish a safer and more profitable mining sector as part of its commitments. Chairman of the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals, Senator Akpan Ekong, stated this during a visit by a delegation to Niger State to investigate the recent collapse of a mining pit that claimed 30 lives. Ekong emphasized that illegal and unregulated mining operations are major obstacles to realizing the multi-billion-dollar potential of Nigeria's mineral sector, with unauthorized miners using unsafe and environmentally harmful practices. In response to the committee's visit, Governor Mohammed Bago of Niger State expressed the state's readiness to work with the National Assembly to enact laws that will reform the mining sector to benefit all stakeholders, including the federal government and states, as well as local communities and miners. The Public Accounts Committee of the House of Representatives has clarified that it has not accused the Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission of involvement in a 32 billion naira revenue leak scandal or failure to comply with Treasury single account protocols. This is contrary to media reports claiming that the Committee on Public Accounts identified 32.151 billion naira revenue leak in the NUPRC's revenue records for the federal government between 2015 and 2022. The report also alleged that the committee had found approximately 909.3 million naira transferred directly to private accounts within deposit money banks without adherence to TSA protocols. A statement released by the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, Bamidele Salami, and made available to newsmen indicated that the matter was addressed during a hearing on the Auditor General's report before the committee. Honorable Salam noted that the committee's focus is on safeguarding public interest, particularly in terms of revenue generation, and stressed that the committee had not made any allegation of financial misconduct against the NUPRC. However, Salami affirmed that the NUPRC is a critical agency for the country and reiterated that the committee refrains from judgments on sensitive revenue matters without a comprehensive review. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has announced that Nigeria's debt service to revenue ratio has decreased from approximately 97% when he assumed office 17 months ago to 65% currently. The report is presented from our studios. The president said that his administration has managed to keep the country afloat despite inheriting an economy on the brink of bankruptcy. His comment followed Afrexim Bank's recent prediction that Nigeria's debt service to revenue ratio could reach 110.4% this year. It showed that Nigeria's debt servicing bill consumed 66.9% of the total revenue of 8.65 trillion naira in the first 9 months of 2023 compared to 99.3% in the same period of 2022. However, Afrexim Bank suggested that the ratio could drop to 62.6% by 2025 with continued structural reforms and fiscal management by the government. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery has alerted Nigerians about the operations of a new depot hired by an international trading company to blend substandard petroleum products in Nigeria. The Group Chief Branding and Communications Officer of the Dangote Group, Anthony Chiejina, made the allegation in a statement stressing that the move threatens the nation's refining industry and public safety. The statement was in response to a circular credited to the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria and other associations that the price of imported fuel is cheaper than what it is being sold by the Dangote refinery. It indicated that the depot located adjacent to its operations was leased to the objective of blending substandard products that will be dumped into the market and bought by unsuspecting Nigerians. Also, the statement emphasized that any marketer claiming to sell PMS at a lower price than the current price is supporting substandard products in connivance with international traders to flood the country with low-quality products. In the meantime, the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation has confirmed the deactivation of the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System for federal tertiary institutions. The Director of Press and Public Relations at the OAGF, Bawa Mokwa, revealed this in an interview with newsmen in Abuja. According to Mokwa, the development follows the federal government's decision to remove the institutions from the IPPIS platform, adding that November salaries for FTIS would be processed through the government Integrated Financial Management Information System. In a related development, the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation has clarified that no instruction has been issued for federal workers to switch the financial institutions linked to their Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System salary accounts. According to a statement released by the Director of Press and Public Relations, Bawa Mokwa, the OAGF assured the employees that IPPIS prioritizes their welfare and would not implement any measure likely to cause confusion or undue alarm. The clarification follows concerns over potential directives that would require employees to change their bank accounts for salary payments as some banks undergo system upgrades. The OAGF stressed that any request to change salary accounts remains a personal decision for each worker and that the IPPIS office has not issued any general order to this effect, as there is no justification for such a directive. The OAGF also urged financial institutions to enhance customer confidence by ensuring consistent and reliable service delivery to individuals who have opted to domicile their salaries with them. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has expressed optimism that Ondo State governorship election will be a successful exercise. The chairman stated this during his visits to the state headquarters of the commission in Akure, the state capital. He said the commission had learned its lessons from the last governorship election in Edo State and other previous elections in the area of logistics and resort management during elections. On his mission to the state, the INEC boss explained that it was in Ondo State to access the preparation of the state office of the commission ahead of the November 16 poll. The chairman of the Electoral Commission added that one of the activities to be observed is the mock accreditation of voters, which will take place in 16 polling units across 6 local government areas in the 3 senatorial zones of the state. He also said that the commission would meet with the stakeholders on Thursday and Friday, while the National Peace Committee will invite all the stakeholders for the signing of the National Peace Accord. The Joint Action Committee of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities have suspended its ongoing strike for a month. Members of the union told newsmen that they got an alert of payment of a month's salary out of the 4 months the government owed them. The Vice President of SANU, Abdul Sabur Salam, told newsmen that the federal government should pay for the 4 months they owe them. It will be recalled that the JAC of SANO and NASU embarked on an indefinite strike over the withheld salary of its members, on which activities have been granted in universities across the country. However, after payment of a month out of 4 months' salaries, the unions, in a statement jointly signed by the National President SANO, Mohammed Ibrahim, and General Secretary NASU, Peters Adeyemi, urged members to resume work tomorrow. Osun State government has commended the old students of Anglican Commercial Grammar School for their immense contributions to the uplift of their alma mater. Commissioner for Education, Honorable Dipo Iluwale, gave the commendation at a get-together organized by the Alumni Association to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Anglican Commercial Grammar School, Osogbo. Oluchi Amuda has more.
The journey of 50 years in the life of an individual, community, or organization is a milestone, and not everyone is privileged enough to experience it. Little wonder why the old students of Anglican Commercial Grammar School, Ayetoro, should be rolled out the drums to celebrate the 50th anniversary of their alma mater. The historic reunion, which was first of its kind, does not only provide an avenue for the old students who have lost touch with their classmates for decades to meet and chart a new course on how to give birth to their alma mater, it also witnessed the maiden inauguration of the executive members who will see to the affairs of the association, which has Engineer Adeleke Oyewole as a national president. In his address, the Commissioner for Education in Osun State, Honorable Dipo Iluwale, commended the group for their commitment to the development of the alma mater, just as he assured that government is ready and willing to partner with all students' association in Osun State to develop the education sector, adding that government alone cannot do it all.
If you are determined, if you are dedicated, there is no limit for your achievement.
In his speech, the newly inaugurated national president of the group, Engineer Adeleke Oyewole, promised to provide a transparency and purposeful leadership to the people, just as he pleaded for their support and cooperation in restoring the lost glory of their alma mater.
We want to influence things to happen. If you go to the school, you will see that a lot of projects are ongoing, courtesy of the alumni. Our coming together must add value to that school.
While speaking in separate interviews with OSBC News, some of the old students, among whom were Chief Olushola Anyobode, who happened to be the first senior prefect of the school, Dr. Babatunde Afolabi, Uniosun CMD, Dr. Bolaji Ejiro, Director of the 50th Anniversary Planning Committee, and Engineer Abbas Adibowale, among others, expressed appreciation to the past principals and teachers of the school for molding and equipping them with the needed knowledge and skills to succeed in life.
Those among us today, they are doctors, professors, retired secretary, retired principal, retired PSC. That is what they want to become.
Most of our principals, those of them are alive, they were here today. We were able to unite together, speak together, reunite together, and that enough has given us a lot of joy.
We work around the clock, and to the glory of God, it's a success today.
It's a moment to celebrate God's goodness in our lives, faithfulness, kindness, a journey that is so tortuous, but we thank God that we have survived it.
The event featured the presentation of special recognition awards to the past principals of the school for their selfless and invaluable services to humanity. It also featured the launch of the maiden edition of the Alumni magazine. Oluchi Amuda, OSBC News.
You are welcome to the sports segment. The federal government has said that the inactions of some officials of the Athletics Federations of Nigeria were responsible for favor of Phillies non-registration for the women's 100-meter race at the Paris Olympics. Reports say an investigative committee chaired by Mumini Alao said that Nigeria failed to win any medals at the end of the 2024 Paris Olympics held between the months of July and August this year. The committee added that the failure to secure any medals were due to the controversies, including the exclusion of Ofili from the women's 100-meter race and the revelation by Ese Uperesai that she had to borrow a track bike from the German team to compete. He stated that the omission of Ofili's name was traceable to the following organizations: the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, the Nigeria Olympic Committee, the World Athletics, and the International Olympic Committee. The committee also mentioned that the Secretary General of the AFN, Rita Omisindi, was negligent in her duty of communicating to the Ministry of Sports Development and the Nigeria Olympic Committee information about Ofili's event status in a reliable and timely manner. It therefore recommended that the officials be penalized by appropriate authorities, and the AFN should pay the sum of 8 million naira to Ofili for the disappointments and the depression that she suffered on account of her omission. The committee asked Uperesai to write a formal apology to the Nigerian Cycling Federation and the Nigeria contingent for the embarrassment caused on account of her ex-post, which stated that she had to borrow a track bike. And moving on to the foreign scene, at least 36 people have died and several others injured after a bus fell into a deep gorge in the North Indian state of Uttarakhand. Anjola Agbola has details of the story and more from the foreign scene.
The Chief Minister of the North Indian state of Uttarakhand, Pushkar Dhami, said the accident took place in the Machula area of Almora district in the Indian Himalayas. The bus, which had at least 42 passengers on board, was coming from Gawal district in the north of Uttarakhand and was headed to Ramnagar. Photographs of rescue teams showed the crumpled wreckage of the bus in thick undergrowth, with the twisted front of the vehicle squashed nearly flat. A human chain of volunteers lined the steep slopes and across the rushing river, helping pull out of the wounded from the remains of the bus as dead bodies were carried out and laid on the back of a truck. A senior official, Vineet Pal, told newsmen that 36 people died in the accident, adding that some of the injured were airlifted for specialized treatment. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has offered his condolences to those who have loved ones in the road accident. Ahead of the United Nations COP29 summit in Azerbaijan this month, women in Senegal took to the streets of Dakar to demand climate justice. A protest attended by some 50 climate activists was seeking protection of the country's resources and calling for a decarbonized future. Former tour guide Sheikh Faye says they have been marching for 4 years and nothing's changed, noting that the industrialized countries in their race to develop have caused the greenhouse gases, while noting that the global warming has had a very negative impact, particularly on women in the rural world. She maintained that floods in Senegal are affecting tens of thousands of people and damaging more than 1,000 acres of crops in the north and east of the country. The activists say the countries responsible for greenhouse gas emissions owe Africa for the suffering caused by the effect of climate change. According to her, it's time for polluting countries to agree to reduce their emissions of greenhouse gases because it is the root of all the catastrophes that Africa is suffering from. Anjola Agbola reporting for OSBC News.
And that ends the major report on OSBC TV. It was edited by Kayode Adebayo. I am Olubumi Ajiboye Agbola. Wishing you a pleasant evening. Good night.
model, role model.
Star Times Upgrade promo. Recharge 1 month on Nova, Basic, or Classic bouquet and get upgraded to the next bouquet.